And this was a long par putt on number 5. Brain Helen in the ruthless pump.
After dominating the WNBA with what may have been the greatest rookie season ever, Caitlin Clark entered the world of golf as an amateur and took center stage. Her performance drew high praise from serious legends, and the LPGA is now showcasing her as a golf star, but not everyone is a fan of the kind of ovation and acceptance that she has received. You'll need to stay tuned as we reveal how Caitlin Clark's star power is affecting the WNBA, which is furious over the LPGA's lavish treatment of its biggest star amid suspicions of neglect. Escalating hostilities between two of the largest sports leagues for women.
The Caitlin Clark effect. Yeah, StubHub started seeing this really early as soon as she announced she was going to be in the WNBA draft. In fact, StubHub says they've seen a more than 90% increase in interest in ticket sales this season compared to last season.
During her first season with the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark transformed the way that most basketball fans perceive women's basketball in America. She increased the number of people watching the WNBA with her Rookie of the Year performance and fundamentally altered the respect that most basketball fans have for female basketball. With an average of 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game, Caitlin set a very high standard for the league's top players.
Gets denied by Boston. Wheeler finds Clark from the logo.
Look at Wheeler staring to the right side, knows who's there, drop pass behind. Could be the deepest shot we've seen Caitlin Clark make as a pro.
In her first season, Caitlin was already breaking records. She was the first player in WNBA history to record more than 100 three-pointers and 300 assists in a single season, a distinction that prompted both fans and experts to refer to her as a generational talent. As if the numbers were not impressive enough, Caitlin's impact was felt even when she was off the court. She brought unprecedented attention to the WNBA, drawing in fans who had never watched the league before. Indiana Fever games saw a significant spike in attendance, with fans traveling from across the country to watch her play. Television ratings for games featuring Caitlin also skyrocketed, with viewership numbers increasing by as much as 30% when she's playing. Caitlin's rivalry with Angel Reese also added fuel to the growing buzz around women's basketball in the country, creating one of the most talked about narratives in sports this music year. From their NCAA performances, it was clear that these two would bring a lot of action to the league, and boy did they deliver. Their rivalry carried over to the WNBA, where both players entered as rookies in 2025. Fans eagerly anticipated their matchups, which lived up to the hype. In their first meeting, Caitlin dropped 28 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds, but Caitlin's influence extended far beyond stats. She brought charisma, swagger, and a fresh wave of excitement to the WNBA. Her ascent was a cultural moment that only fueled the growing interest in women's basketball in America. The WNBA was given a golden goose with number 22 on her back, and it was up to them to take full advantage of her momentum and establish a brand with Clark as the league's face, similar to what the NBA had done with players like LeBron James and Steph Curry. To everyone's dismay, the WNBA lost out on this fantastic opportunity, but Caitlin Clark is once again sweeping the globe, but this time not on the basketball court.
Caitlin Clark brought her golf game to the LPGA Tour today, playing in a Pro-Am that attracted a bigger crowd than the Tour often gets. Clark played at the back nine at Pelican Golf Club with Nelly Korda. She's the #1 player in women's golf now.
As an amateur golfer, she is changing the perception of women in the sport. If you believed that her impact ended with 3-pointers, you were mistaken. Her performance at the LPGA's Annika Prom sparked a lot of excitement, admiration, and now some drama, and both the media and professional golfers couldn't contain their acclaim for the 8-time LPGA title winner. After the two were paired together for the Annika Prom, Nelly Korda had this to say about Caitlin: "She's so amazing, so sweet, so nice. We had communicated briefly on Instagram before the event, but it was great to spend time with her and witness her influence on people, bringing people out here, and how incredible an influence she is just for sports." Jay Monahan, the commissioner of the PGA Tour, told reporters during Golf Week how impressed he was with Clark's performance on the course. "It was amazing to watch, but what really stood out to me was her love of the game, which is evident in her competitive spirit and fire, as well as her ability, which is evident on some of those tee shots." Monahan continued by praising Clark's skill on the course, even though she is an amateur competing against professional players. You know, she has been playing seriously for a year and a half, and I haven't seen anyone hit the ball like that in that long, so she will be playing this game for a very long time. Nelly and Monahan's comments were repeated by other tour participants, who marveled at Caitlin's capacity to bring together fans from other sports. However, not everyone is happy about Caitlin's crossover stardom in the WNBA, as insiders are reportedly furious over CC's reception in the Gulf Coast. According to World Insiders, league officials are irritated not only by the LPGA's success but also because they believe they missed a chance to take advantage of Caitlin's star power. There has even been discussion of conflict among WNBA veterans, some of whom are said to feel that Clark is getting too much attention despite her record-breaking rookie campaign. The media is speculating about Clark's golf ventures, which seem to be taking up all the attention as golf fans swarm to watch her play, and there are rumors of an LPGA professional contract. Fans of the WNBA are questioning why their league isn't receiving the same attention, but the true query is why, in spite of all of her achievements, the league didn't give Caitlin Clark the same attention. The league's acknowledgement of her accomplishments has been unexpectedly lacking. For example, her Rookie of the Year award was presented at an empty stadium with very little hoopla, rather than during a lavish celebration.
Caitlin Clark in the room?
She sure is.
Yeah. Caitlin, it feels like just yesterday when I called your name to the stage as the #1 pick in this year's draft, and I know the best is yet to come. So, congratulations, Caitlin. You are the 2024 Kia WNBA Rookie of the Year.
For someone who has contributed so much to the league in a single season, this lack of recognition feels like a lost chance. Frustrated, fans are challenging the WNBA to celebrate Caitlin in the same manner that other leagues do for their rising stars.
Caitlin Clark's golf debut just made me so upset with the WNBA because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one.
At the Annika Prom, however, the LPGA appears to have cracked the code. Caitlin was paired with none other than the top-ranked female golfer in the world, Nelly Korda. This wasn't just a game of golf. It was a brilliant move to highlight women's sports, and fans flocked to the Pelican Golf Club to watch Caitlin take her swings. The media coverage was incredible. In stark contrast to her home league's lackluster response, the LPGA treated Caitlin like royalty. As a result, the LPGA not only demonstrated Caitlin's crossover appeal but also established itself as a trailblazer in advancing women's sports. Nelly Korda showered Caitlin with praise, acknowledging that she is amazing and that even the renowned Annika Sorenstam, who hosted the event, is an example for all women's sports. The irony is that everyone should benefit from Caitlin's ascent. Her celebrity has increased awareness of women's sports more than ever before, and both leagues stand to gain from her impact. However, the WNBA seemed to be stuck in the past, emphasizing moderation over audacity, while the LPGA was busy creating the playbook on how to become a star.
Opportunity for the WNBA to do, have you seen it when an NBA player or a football player goes to an NBA game or goes to wherever and they'll be in the comments or they'll just say something something cute? This was the perfect time for the WNBA to also be posting about it.
The WNBA is at a crossroads, battling a conflict that reflects a more significant problem. How to promote the league as a whole while simultaneously honoring exceptional players like Caitlin Clark. Kathy Engelbert has frequently stressed the value of unity over individual celebrity, but is the league losing its best opportunity for rapid expansion as a result of this cautious approach? Let's turn the page and see how the LPGA treated Caitlin during the Annika Prom, partnering her with Nelly Korda. The top female golfer in the world was nothing less than a marketing genius. The LPGA demonstrated just how to leverage Caitlin's crossover appeal by making her the star of the show, drawing large audiences to the Pelican Golf Club and providing live event coverage.
Caitlin Clark.
She did not lack an audience.
This is the most relatable thing I think you and I and most people in our audience can go through. If you've ever played in the Pro-Am, you know how nervy it is. Can you imagine doing that?
As a result, social media took notice of one tweet that struck a chord. It's amazing that one person can inspire so many people to love sports. Regardless of the sport, we're moving toward a society where people spend a lot of time sitting down, and the frustration was mirrored by another fan. The sentiment was clear. The WNBA had blown a fantastic opportunity by making Caitlin's appearance a must-watch event, and the results spoke for themselves. The LPGA demonstrated what happens when a league embraces a star's crossover appeal, with fans unable to ignore the star's differences. Caitlin is a generational talent, and the WNBA is treating her like just another player. Viral tweets exposed the WNBA's hesitancy, with one tweet neatly encapsulating it. Since Caitlin was drafted, the LPGA has posted about her more this week than the WNBA has. The prom was a marketing masterclass and just another opportunity for the LPGA to shine. For the WNBA, it's a wake-up call that they can't afford to ignore. Will the WNBA take note of this and fully embrace Caitlin's brilliance, or will they allow other leagues to demonstrate how it's done? Please share your thoughts in the comments section.